First, I'm gonna have to really apologise for the state of the weather. I'm actually in the car today. I'm trying to rock a plait because I'm trying to be a bit different, and it isn't working. The plait was supposed to look like a French plait going across going across my head. So then it didn't look, it looked like something different, really, because the last time I spoke to you I was so dreary. I was really dreary, but I really had the really nice chat with you guys, so I thought I'm going to do it again, but this time I'm going to do it in the car because I'm spending the morning in the car. So this is another secret of mine that I do. Today I've got a tea to go in a Costa coffee cup. Did you know that Costa coffee, this is not an advertisement, oh my gosh, just imagine advertising Costa coffee, but it's not an advertisement, it's just that I went to Morrison's again, back to Morrison's, and I wanted a tea, and they said to me, I can't do you tea because we haven't got takeaway cups with lids on. I was like, no, I'm not going back home. Or usually I would go all the way back home to make a cup of tea to come all the way back out again. I thought, I'm not doing it today. I said, can I not just use a Costa coffee cup? And she went, I don't see why not. So that's why I've got a Costa coffee cup with tea in it, and it's actually decaf tea, so it's not even caffeinated. Well, some people do say that it actually is caffeinated, isn't it? Slightly caffeinated. But I have a tea, and then I got a flapjack. I couldn't resist the flapjack. These flapjacks are really nice. It's a local brand. They're from a place where I live. I can't tell you where I live, so yeah, they're a local brand, but yeah, they are very nice, but they're so filling. They're really just nice to nibble on when you feel like you want to treat yourself and you don't want to tell anyone. And that's what I feel like today. I just want to treat myself and not tell anyone. But I love rainy days. That's something about me I really, really like. It's just the sound. I don't know whether the iPhone picks it up, because I haven't got the microphone today. I should have thought about it, but I haven't. And if you can hear, if I just be quiet a minute, can you hear the sound of the rain on the car? It's just that like lovely gentle pitter patter of rain. I'm one of these people that I give my children sounds to go to sleep, and I've done that ever since they were babies, and they're kind of under the age of 9, both of them now, but yeah, so but I got so used to their sounds that I started using it. So now I use like sounds of the rain at night, or the sound, it used to be thunderstorm, I used to love that, but then it's a bit too aggressive. I'm trying to go to sleep now. And then I've since started liking campfire, like a campfire, or like a open fire, like do you know, in the house, not open fire, but you know what I mean, fireplace, that's it, a fireplace with the crackling sounds. So I like that. And yeah, it's raining now, so it's just nice. It just calms me. It just feels like, I just feel nice and cozy in the car. I'm not wet. Although I do actually like walking in the rain. I actually like walking in the rain because you know why? And this is even a sadder thing. It's because I know that not many people are walking in the rain. So I like walking in the rain because not other people like walking in the rain. So unless you're walking your dog, I guess, but I don't have a dog. So I just like, yes, I don't get disturbed. But to be honest, that sounds very antisocial. And I mean, this is kind of, I think this is my personality. And I obviously don't usually want to share it with everyone, but I just don't give a F now, because as I said in my last video, I'm turning 40 years old next year, and I'm just like, what the fuck? I just don't care. I just don't care to have to hide, not hide, but you know when you soften the edges on certain things, or you just want to people please, because that's a topic that I probably will want to discuss in some of the videos, is people pleasing. But I've just since had some very good life-changing things happening in my life, and I just think, do you know what, I'm just gonna try and be a bit more me now, for a little bit, well, not for a little bit, but for a while, and see how it fits, and let other people share that journey with me. But yes, so I do like being on my own a lot more than what I used to. And I've been doing a personality test. And I think in one of my really early videos, I was sitting in my bedroom talking about like an app, a couple of apps that I used, which is a Calm app, which is CALM. I've used that for years. And it's an app which it actually helps. It got all amazing stuff in there. I used to use it ages ago to help my children go to sleep, just the sounds, but then they've developed it so well now that they've got like exercise videos on there to help relaxation. They've got like certain sounds, got EDMR, I think that's EDMR. It's like certain bilateral noises. You must have heard it. But if you haven't, it's basically certain noises that goes between the ears, and it's supposed to like activate certain parts of your brain. It is so good. I am telling you, I never thought I was going to be very susceptible to things like that. But I actually gave birth with hypnosis, with what they call hypnobirthing. So I did that, and I never thought I could do that either. So it is proven there's certain things that I seem to be very susceptible with. I didn't even realise. But anyway, yeah, so this Calm app has things like that in there, and it activates certain things in your mind, and it makes you feel relaxed. But sometimes it can be quite intense, like really intense. So like if you do decide to use it, you have to use things, you have to probably just give it a bit of a tester in a place where you can be safe and stuff. Don't do it in the car and that kind of stuff, especially if you're driving. But it's take a little bit of a space for yourself and just put your headphones on. It's more headphones you have to listen to, not just through the phone. But yeah, there's different topics like letting go of something, letting go of fear or something like that, or it just takes you through a journey. This whole the EDMR sounds take you through this whole journey. I think it's EDMR. I really hope it is. I'm gonna have to put a little thing in here to show you. But yeah, it's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So that's really good. I like doing. But yeah, what else did I do? What else do I like doing? So it's the EDMR, so the Calm app. It's the Calm app, and then personality type. So I've gone on to Myers-Briggs, which is a 16personalities.com. Not everybody likes it, because it's a very cliche website. It's there's a lot of things on there where you have the opportunity to buy your reports and stuff, like your personality type reports and stuff like that, which I did for £9, and I wasn't really interested. I wasn't really very happy with the report that they gave me, because I never usually do things like that. But I thought I really want to know in depth about my personality type. But because I've researched so many times of my personality types, and I've done like books on my personality type, like questionnaires, and there's another book that's really good, but I can't remember the book now, and I really don't want to research it to tell you what book it was. Oh, it It was a very old book, old style book. But I think maybe Myers-Briggs was the co-author to it, I think. I don't know, I can't remember. You know, if I do look back on this video and think, oh, I really will put it in. I'll put it in and put it in the description or something, but please don't hold me to that, because I might just forget and I'll never bring the video up. So I'm really sorry, I shouldn't have mentioned it. But 16 Personalities is something where it's supposed to be a kind of a psychological way of determining someone's behaviour through certain something to do with your, oh no, I can't explain it. I think it's to do with your executive functioning. I mean, it's parts of your, right, I'll make it really simple because it's just easy to be simple. It's parts of your brain where certain parts of your brain work better than the others when it comes to thinking, when tackling life challenges, or to do with your strengths and weaknesses, to do with how you interact with people, how you interact with jobs, even down to, you know, how organized you are, all these kind of things. So certain people have certain ways of dealing with certain tasks and responsibilities and accountabilities depending on how your brain functions, and the certain things are more stronger, certain elements in the brain is stronger than others. But we all have like different unique qualities. My personality type, let's get to it, is INFJ, and apparently I'm very rare not very rare, but rare enough for them to say I'm rare of a personality, because for years I thought I was an ENFJ, and E is I is introverted, sorry, not intuition, duh. N is for intuition, I think. So it's introverted, intuition, feeling and judgment, I think. I will put it properly in here, but in the video, because it's a factual thing, so I don't want to get people like, well, you said it was this and it actually isn't, it's that. So I will put it in that bit. But yes, it's a low percentage of the population that have INFJ. ENFJ I thought I was for years, because it was more extroverted kind of personality type, but I'm actually introverted, so meaning I can come across that I'm extroverted, but there's a time where I get so sensory overloaded with people pleasing, perfectionism, helping other people, feeling other people's empathy considerably, being highly sensitive to a lot of stuff, that I just go on burnout, or I can be easily prone to burnout, because I want to, when I'm open to the world, I absorb way too much, which then makes me feel like, oh my god, I've got to help everyone, I've got to do all this, I've got to do all that, you know, and then I'm like not thinking of myself, and then I'm starting to feel very drained. Basically, it's saying that you are a person that needs to have a balance, more of a balance, where you are experiencing the things like extroverted people do, but also you have to retreat to recharge yourself. And this is what I'm doing today. That's a long introduction, isn't it? It's a long introduction. I really should have said at the start, welcome to my channel, because I'm happy to have you here, because if you're not here, then I'm on my own. So thank you for coming. And yes, this is a channel about creative stuff. I've changed my channel name quite a few times, but it's about creative stuff predominantly. And I want to do about home stuff and really interesting things related to that. But I'm also not stupid to think that I'm going to be able to sustain that all the time, because I'm not very consistent at the moment, and I'm really trying to be consistent. I just thought I need to start adding things in to this channel that is going to be easy for me to communicate to you with, but also try and include home related stuff, or stuff that can be kind of connected to home stuff. So this is going to be a video about talking about me as usual, because there's not really anybody else I'm talking about at the moment, but also trying to give you some things that I use, tips that I'm taking myself to give to you if you want to use them in your life. And also that should inadvertently help with your home setup, your home lifestyle, more so not home lifestyle, more so how you feel within your home, or you know, how you can maximize your home, where it gives you the wellness and the well-being, and it makes you feel good about yourself. And how I'm relating this video is about the personality types. So it might be interesting for you to find out about your own personality type, because that could probably determine about, you know, how you'd like your house to be, how you'd like your routines to be, or how you'd like, you know, if you need like a room just for you, if you've got the space, or just like a corner in your house just for you. Like you can make a lovely like nook area. Very simple to do. A lot of people go, well, I don't have that much money to be doing a nook. Do you know what? There's been times where I've had no money, like, well, not money, like really expendable income. And I've just gone to my local charity shop. There's been a bookcase for sale, or you get really small bookcases. Put a couple of books that I love. You can get that from the charity shop, or even sometimes in the supermarkets. Like I've actually got a book today. They're starting to sell books at the supermarket, like people who are donating books, and this was £1. So this £1 is going to go to charity, but also this is a book that I'm going to be reading. I'll probably show you another video. And just get books on anything that you like, or colouring books, or, you know, you've got adult colouring books now. So what I'm trying to say is that depending on your personality type, me with the INFJ, I need to have my own space. It's a need, which I have to be more aware of now, more consciously aware. So yeah, have a little book nook in your area in your house. Get your books, get your favourite pillow or your favourite kind of quilt, onesie, slippers, anything that you can put in that space, which I have started to put in my little space. And then you know, that is probably going to be something which is part of the bigger picture, the bigger, not ecosystem, that's a bit over the top, but you know what I mean. It's going to help the bigger picture of your family home, of your, you know, the dynamics of your family home. Because if you've got that space that you need, then you're going to feel happier, you're going to feel more lighter, then the rest of the family can appreciate it, and probably may want to incorporate something like that for themselves, or, you know, help use your space for their kind of time to relax and stuff as well. That's if you would want to share your space. But some people do, some people don't want to, but it's up to you. But that's what I'm trying to say, is that I'm trying to connect things now when I'm talking about stuff to things that could be used for your kind of home styling and home kind of arranging and organising and stuff. But yeah, my tea's now going cold. Every time I say this, my tea's going cold, so I need to keep on drinking. What else was I say? So yes, so the last time I spoke to you, I had a book, didn't I? That was called The Light We Carry. And there was some interesting stuff in there that I shared with you, that you should go and watch. Really, it's very, very as I said, I wasn't very good at reviewing. I'm really rubbish at reviewing, but I just actually read a bit of a passage from the book to help kind of understand how important it is to have like good soil. She's like, what good soil? What are you on about? Well, that's the analogy in the book. It's just like in the real world, it's probably talking about having a good foundation, having good positive relationships where you feel like you can rely on other people and people can rely on you, and it all goes in hand and all interconnected, all that kind of stuff. That's what I think she's trying to get across. But anyway, so my next book that I've got on the go is, I really want to show you the book, but I can't because my thoughts is showing you this book particularly, because I really need to show you this book. This is called, oh, it's really grubby again. Do you know what? I'm so bad. It's just like, I'm so bad with like grubby at the moment. I'm so glad I've got these covers on there. Stuff. Right. I seriously couldn't show you that. It's like coffee stain on it. It's terrible. Right, there we go. This is called Kintsugi. Embrace your imperfections and find happiness in the Japanese way. I love Japanese stuff. I really do. And that's another thing that I don't really share, but I really do. I really would love to go to Japan. But the only reason why I wouldn't love to go to Japan, I'd love to go, but I wouldn't love to go, was because there's so many people. There's so many people. I know I see it on TV, and that's not a complete kind of reflection of the whole of the country, but I just don't know. I've got to do it. I've definitely got to do it while I'm alive. It's just, everything's so clean, and you've got the bullet train, and their way of life is just so disciplined, and just like their kind of ethos for everything is just so, it's just amazingly great. I think, my personal opinion, not to say other cultures aren't, but it's just something that I've always dreamed of and I love. And also that when it first started was with the cherry blossom trees, and I think that's in Japan. I hope it is in Japan. And it's not, no, I think it is in Japan. When they have these events, they have these every year, like proper a festival-y type event of where they sit under a blossom trees, the cherry blossom trees, and they have picnics and then we're together as a family. And I've always loved cherry blossom trees because it's just like confetti. It's just so pretty when it falls off the tree so gently. Where I used to live many moons ago, they used to have a park where we used to live right opposite, and they had lovely cherry blossom trees as you walk through the entrance, and they always used to fall down like confetti, and you feel so special. Well, I felt so special when I was walking through the cherry blossom trees. But yeah, I have a lovely feeling when I'm around a tree. That's really strange. I've got tree names for my children. It's pretty yeah, it's a pretty serious thing, but yes, anyways, so this book is great, and I'm going to read you the back of the book. And it says, embrace your imperfections. In Japan, broken pottery is often repaired with gold lacquer, just like the plate there. These visible repairs are seen as part of history of the object, highlighting the cracks and symbolising fragility, strength and beauty. The golden repair is called kintsugi. We humans are fragile, susceptible to breaks and knocks. Discover how to pick up the pieces and repair what may have been damaged in your life. Find out how to embrace your emotional scars and make them beautiful. They are proof that you have suffered. Let them remind you that you are strong. Apply the philosophy of kintsugi, I think that's how you pronounce it, to your life and learn how to accept your past, overcome doubt and shame, heal and find happiness. So this book is $9.99 in the UK. Obviously it's a non-fiction because I'm just more of a non-fiction type of person. It's by the author Thomas Navarro. I've got to the page of 28, Why Me? So basically, the start of the book introduces Soki's dream. And it's about a person who is preparing to make pottery, basically. And he is a pupil of the master of the person that does like pottery. And he was taking his time choosing the ball of clay and getting so intense with this kind of choosing the ball of clay. He had to have that kind of, do you know when you get that nice little fluttery feeling of, you know, this is the right choice I'm making, that type of feeling. That's what all those kind of feelings he needed to have before he would choose the clay to start making his pottery. Soul had to be connected to the soul of the piece, etc, etc. And then it goes through like the process of what he's doing and how his mind's feeling and all that kind of stuff. And then unfortunately at the end of this story, which introduces kind of the self-helpy bit of the book, he breaks the pottery and he's gutted. He's absolutely gutted. I would be gutted. He's like, I've taken all this time, all this love and care, and I've broken it. And the master was saying, don't cry, Soki. But he was saying like, but it's my life. How can you ask me not to cry? And then the master was basically saying, which is, his name's Chojiro. I'll mess it up. Chojiro. You are right to put your whole life and passion into pieces, but ceramics are beautiful and fragile like life. I was like, ah! Ceramics and life can break into 1,000 pieces, but that should be no reason to stop living life intensely, working intensely and keeping alive all our hopes and dreams. I was like, oh my gosh, this book is like, this book is speaking to me. Far from avoiding living, we must learn to repair ourselves after adversity. So Soki picked up the pieces. So this is the pupil. He picked up the pieces and basically the time was to repair his dreams. So the broken pieces were put back together, and he was saying, you know, don't try to hide your fragility because your apparent fragility has become evident strength. I was like, whoa, that's so deep. Oh, and it's like, dear Soki, it is time for me to teach you a new technique. I will explain the ancestral art of kintsugi to help you repair your life, your dreams and your work. Go and find gold and I'll keep it in the box on the top shelf. And that was the start of the book. I was like, that is amazing. That is amazing. And then the author of the book, who's a psychologist for years and years and years, was just saying about how we have to be living with, like, some of the topics of the book of like living with adversity, living with pain, why things hurt, why does it happen to me, all these kind of things. And it's a really harsh book. It's telling you, like, get your shit together, get your stuff together, because you gotta do it. No one else is gonna do it. Each chapter starts with obviously the title, but it's a bit of like Soki, how Soki's feeling during the process of when he broke his pottery. So for example, the chapter that I've just done is page 28, and it's called Why Me? And here, the morning sun lit up Soki's face. His eyes were open, but his gaze was vacant. What was Soki looking for? Oh. And then at the start of it, it says, perhaps he was looking for an answer. Sometimes, and for some people, there is no answer to this question. Sometimes chance plays cruelly with our pain for no apparent reason. Life is a succession of coincidences and reactions, which may be bitter at times. So, yeah, that's kind of what the introduction was. That's how it was linking, you know, that piece from the story, from Soki's story. But what I wanted to highlight is sometimes I kind of quickly feed through. Do you know what I was saying? In the morning, I'm trying to have my candle and read a bit of a passage of something just to help me kind of reground myself, which I did a lot last year, and I'm trying to incorporate it this year, because I did lose my way a little bit with that, but it really helps me. But sometimes I have to just like go, find a piece quickly. I wanted to talk to you about, there we go, page 52. I never thought I'd be a person who just talks about books. But at the moment I need to talk to you about it. So this bit is about self-delusion. Now, I'm all about who likes to be in kind of an imaginary land of things, and very lofty with my goals. Lofty means I'm a bit of a big dreamer person. I am optimistic, even though of late for a while now I've been feeling very pessimistic with things. But I think my inner core is an optimistic person with people's hopes and dreams and things. And like, I always like, place people, the world's your oyster, you know, do what you believe that you want to do, and don't let people think that you can be stopped. You can be stopped doing what you want to do. But when it applies to me, sometimes I'm like, yes, I'll do it, and then I'm like, oh no, I won't do it, because of expectations, or because of what people might think of me, or what's going on in my own head, like the whole self-doubt and all that kind of stuff. But another part of that is sometimes I can be a bit deluded. It's hard to admit that, but I can be a bit deluded. I'm not saying that I'm not in touch with reality, because I am in touch with reality, but I may be sugarcoating some things sometimes that may or shouldn't be so sugarcoated, if that makes sense. And just because maybe I'm fear of, you know, conflict, or fear of, you know, making changes, or just fear of a change, I don't know. Anyway, but this section here, throughout the book, Tom has these little square bits in the book, which gives you kind of really good kind of facts, really good kind of tools, if you can just like go about and just start doing if you need to, if you can't have time to read the chapters so much. So I've got here, it's called about self-delusion. I'm going to read it all out because I think it's really important, and I'll share my thoughts a bit about it, and then perhaps I don't know what else I'll do, but with the information. But I'm trying to get the hang of things now, where I want to talk about stuff, because I think it's really important, because it's interconnected. Your mental well-being and your home status, and what things you like to come in the home and not come in the home, it's all connected to your brain. It all starts in your head, doesn't it, with thoughts and imaginations and your visions, which then translates into your home environment. And if you're in a good headspace, that also automatically maximizes your home space, your home kind of possibilities and things like that. But anyway, I'm talking, let's talk about the book. Right, here we go. Self-delusion. We cheat ourselves every day, several times a day, believing that it's good strategy, but it is not. We cheat ourselves on minor details. For example, I tell myself that it will be fine if I arrive 10 minutes late. But also on more serious things, for example, I will not be able to find a better job than my current one. Self-delusion is a very common strategy. Which doesn't make it valid. It's extremely toxic, as it paralyzes us and prevents us from taking action. There are different kinds of self-delusion. So these are bullet points now. The first bullet point: there was nothing else I could have done. This is the most complacent and immature self-delusion of all. In addition to doing nothing, we shrug off responsibility and rest on our laurels. Bullet point 2. There are people who are worse off than me. To me, this is one of the worst ones, especially because you're paying selective attention. Of course, there are people who are worse off than you, but there are also people who are better off. Perhaps if you looked at people who are better off than you and learnt, then you could evolve, become more mature and solve your problems. This honestly, the way that this person, Tom, writes this book is almost like he's literally talking to you, having a conversation and just preempting, like, it's almost like mind reading the things that you're going to say and giving you the responses. That's what I kind of feel like he's doing. And then bullet point 3. So we've got 2 more. This is the 3rd one. Whatever I do, it won't make a difference. This is me. This is so me. Maybe you have made attempts in the past to solve a problem, but perhaps what you did was not appropriate, or you didn't execute it properly. If based on that, you conclude that you have done everything in your power and that it still didn't work, logically, the conclusion you will reach is that no matter what you do, it won't make a difference. I encourage you to reassess your conclusions because often there are at least 1 or 2 more things you can try. I was like, oh, you're so right. You're so right. And then the last one. Last bullet point. Time will fix everything. That's quite a cliche one, isn't it? You know, time is a healer, which it is. I do agree time can be a healer. But with this twist on time will fix everything. Now, let's see what Tom says. So basically, he's saying time alone will not do anything. You will be better off if you take control, because otherwise, you'll be leaving your future in the hands of chance. And I was like, whoa. Okay. I understand that. I understand. Mostly I agree with what Tom's been saying. But that one of like leaving things to chance, I am a bit of a like spiritually, like sometimes I like to leave things to chance. But I get what he's saying. Because there can be some times where, because I don't want to say this because I think it's quite unfair for a lot of people who are very, very spiritual led, very people who are very manifesting, which I kind of do a bit of both. Because weirdly, I'm a bit of a scientific-y type person, but a psychological person, but also a spiritualist person. I'm a bit of a mix of everything in that sense. I need to know the facts, but also I like to leave things to the universe, all that kind of stuff as well. But also I need to know kind of why things happen the way they do. So I'm a bit of everything. So I kind of tap in and tap out. So I understand when he's saying don't leave things to chance, but I also like to leave some things to chance. I think sometimes I like to give it that space, like to give something a bit of space to think, do you know what, I'm going to, draw on things that are not seeable to see if it will manifest into something that is real. But then if I know that after a while it's just like, oh, it's not working, I have to take action. I literally have to take some action because I can't wait around too much. I'm just that type of person. I'm like, I have to just do something to try and, give it a bit of a nudge. Like the vision, or the visionary thing that I've got in my brain and stuff to make it materialize. So I understand that. So yeah, but this is ruthless, really like in your corner and just like giving you some advice. But you have to be in the right headspace to take it. So I completely understand some people might not be like, people are like, I just can't read that, that's just something that's just not me. But yeah, there's ways of communicating things like this, isn't there? To people who might be more highly sensitive, which I'm a highly sensitive person. I know that I am. I'm very empathetic with people as well, and I take things a lot more on board than what other people do. But if I've got control of reading this myself, and obviously my interpretations are going to be different to somebody else's, to me this doesn't seem so bad to read, and like it's almost giving me like a cheeky telling off kind of thing. That's what it feels like, the information in here. But yeah, self-delusion, that is basically the ultimate thing today that I wanted to talk about. I can't believe I got so excited telling you, but I did. So let me know your thoughts about delusion. Do you feel like you're in that state of your life at the moment? Do you need a book like this? I just think it's really important just to gain knowledge. Knowledge is an empowering thing to do, and I never realized that until I was in my late 20s. Actually, what set it off was in my A-levels. I did psychology in my A-levels, but I also did graphic design. So you know how I look, two different definitely different paths that I was like, my brain wanted to go. But then I decided when I went into university, first I did part of my degree with social policy and law, and then the rest of it I did criminology. So I've always had this analytical type of mind. I had to do heavy amount of reading, obviously, with studying, and then I just didn't want to read books. Don't know what clicked was when I started having children, and you know, you have a bit more time in a weird way. You have a bit more time if you're not going to work and stuff before the baby comes, to read up on stuff and parenting things and all that kind of stuff. So if I wasn't reading on my phone, I was reading a book or trying to get a book from someone, or someone lending me a book, all that kind of stuff. So then that's when I started to get into reading for information, reading for practical stuff. And as I said, I've tried non-fiction, but I just can't do fiction books, and I just really can't do it. I'm a very, very much of a non-fiction person. But yeah, so I was doing that, and then I started having issues with motherhood, and I told you the other day, navigating motherhood, parenthood, womanhood, and that's when it opened the door of just like trying to read self-help books related to that, and that's what I've done ever since. Now I've just tried to, you know, over several years, when I've been having children, try to research a lot myself, because knowledge is power. It really is. Even if you can't read a whole book, and I'm not an expert at reading books. I'm not these people on YouTube who can like do the skin reading and scan reading, and like give you a whole lowdown of a book of like really eloquently and articulately. I'm not really like that person. But if you were like a mom like me, and you just feel like something's missing, there probably is something missing, and there's probably a need that you need to address, and the only way that you're going to try and do that is trying to just start picking up a book, reading an article, reading something spiritual if you need to get yourself going, listen to a podcast perhaps, just to get yourself going. And in podcasts sometimes they recommend books, obviously on YouTube that people recommend books, and start finding your way of, and then you will find your way. You will find things that really resonate with you, and that's how it evolves basically. So I've got loads of books now. I never thought I'd be a bookie person, but in my family, like my partner and stuff, he has lots of books. He's read books since he was young as well, so we've always got books around. But yes, it's fantastic. This book has been so far. Highly recommend. So thank you for watching this video, and it was another long chatty one, and I really enjoyed it in my car, in my place. This is my secret place. my tea is now finished. I'm going to now munch on my oat bar, and I'm probably going to start editing this video and getting it up. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with being able to share with you again today. I hope you have a great day. Yeah, if you like to listen to my rants or my silliness in these videos, please like and subscribe, and just give me a comment, your thoughts about home and like kind of mental health and mental wellness, and whether it's important to you. I found it is quite important to me. Thank you for coming, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.